problems on your homework sheets that require factoring. So there's going to be a couple things that require factoring. So if you're struggling to remember how to do that, just let me know and I can send you towards some videos, and I can also show you some examples as well. I won't quiz you on it, but it is a good idea to make sure you remember how to factor. Once we factor, we can use this thing called the zero product property. Well, the zero product property says you can take two things, if they're multiplied together and set equal to 0. To solve, you can take each factor and set it equal to 0. So then I get that x plus 3 is equal to 0 and x minus 7 is equal to 0. And now this is going to, 2x minus 7 is equal to 0. Now this is a simple solving equations problem. So I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides, and I get that x is equal to a negative 3. This one, I'm going to add 7 to both sides, so I get 2x is equal to 7. And then to solve for x, that 2 is being multiplied by the x. So to get over to the other side, I'm going to divide by 2. And I get x is equal to 7/2. Or you could look at that as 3.5. Okay. Next, let's take a look at this next one. So Katie surveyed 30 of her students and found that 18 owned the iPad. So first what I'm going to find out, I'm going to put iPad owners divided by total. Okay, so iPad owners divided by total. That's what I'm setting up. So the total number, so for that first one, out of 30 students, 18 of them owned iPads. So we have 18 out of 30. Then she says if there's 870 students, so now our total is 870, how many of them are going to own iPads? Well, we're going to assign X as our unknown. So what we're going to do now is we are going to cross multiply using this proportion. So I'm going to take 30 times X. That's going to give me 30X. Then I'm going to do 18 times 870. That's going to give me 15,660. So now I need to solve this for X. So I'm going to divide both sides by 30. And then I get that X is equal to 15,660 divided by 30, which is 522. Now we need to put a label on it. What does that 522 represent? Well, it represents students with iPads. So there's 522 students with iPads. Okay, so that's your answer for number 9. Okay, once it's finished. Ooh, that looks like an N. Okay, next, let's take a look at that last word problem. So for the last one, it says that Shelly can read 20 pages in 30 minutes. So what we're doing is we're setting up a ratio, pages to minutes. Pages to minutes. So originally the ratio they gave us is that she can do 20 pages, 20 pages in 30 minutes. So now we need to set that equal to our new ratio. We want to know how long it's going to take her to read 152 pages. So we know we're reading 152 pages, but it's going to be in X minutes. So once we get that set up, we can go ahead and cross multiply. So we're going to take 20 times X, 20 times X, and 30 times 152. Well, 20 times X is just going to be 20X. 30 times 152 is going to give us 4,560. Now to figure out how many minutes it is, all we have to do is divide both sides by 20. When you divide both sides by 20, you end up getting X is equal to 228. Now remember, we were looking for minutes. So it's going to be 228 minutes. So that concludes your note sheet for today. Go ahead and show me your completed note sheet once you're done. Oops.